I want to go now to Bryan Clark with the Center for Defense Contracts and Technology, specializing in naval operations along with electronic warfare. Bryan, I want to thank you once again for talking to us. I mean, hearing Maria, she is in a dark, safe place, hopefully underground right now, as this threat of the Russian forces moves in. I want to share with people at home and also with you, Bryan, some video that we saw today. This is a small victory for Ukraine's forces, destroying several Russian tanks outside of Kyiv. They're trying to push into the capital right now. What does this tell you as you watch on the screen about the resistance of the Ukrainians and also their capabilities at this critical moment?
Well, it tells me that they've done a great job of coordinating their operations. They're still able to communicate. They're able to use their radio systems to coordinate an attack, which is interesting because the Russians have a pretty capable electronic warfare system. So they've been able to use their communications despite that. They're well trained. They're able to conduct this ambush, which is a relatively sophisticated operation. And I guess the last thing is they're making good use of the Western weapons that were provided to them, like the Javelin anti-tank missile, which could be really lethal, as you can see in this video, at that kind of short range. The other thing, though, is what's interesting is the Russians are making themselves pretty attractive targets by traveling in these long convoys that signal their advance several hours before they arrive. So the Ukrainian forces are able to position themselves for the ambush and actually coordinate that operation and do it very effectively. So there's effectiveness on the side of the Ukrainians and some vulnerability created by the Russian operations.
Right. It exposes some of their vulnerabilities as they move into the capital. The mayor of Kyiv says the city has become a fortress, essentially protected by armed civilians, and the battle for Kyiv is setting up to be a little bit more lopsided, it appears, than what we saw in MARIUPOL a couple of days ago.
So the Russians are going to concentrate their forces on Kyiv. They want to try to topple the regime. That's obviously their main objective, because they'd like to be able to put their own puppet government into place to then sort of roll up the country writ large. I will say, though, that MARIUPOL fell pretty quickly. That's largely because it was subject to attacks on both sides. So forces from the east, as you can see on the map there, came from the Donbass, which has been a long contested area that Russians have been occupying. Russians were also able to come from the west, from Crimea, and they also conducted an amphibious landing ashore in that vicinity. So Russian forces were coming from all sides and essentially encircled MARIUPOL, which is where it stands today, encircled from land and then unable to get out to sea. Whereas Kyiv, they're having to approach from multiple land directions, leaving lots of opportunities for Ukrainian forces to attack over the several days it's taking for the Russian forces to arrive in Kyiv.
Bryan, we don't want to see this, obviously, but what's preventing the Russian forces from releasing the full brunt of their air force on Kyiv?
So a couple of things, some discussion in the analysis that's been done by some Russia experts shows that maybe the Russian air forces aren't quite as highly trained as they maybe we thought they were. So in particular, one thing that they have not tried to do is close air support. So using fixed wing aircraft to deliver bomb attacks or gun attacks against enemy forces when your own troops are close by. So this is something U.S. Air Force and Marine Corps and Navy aircraft do pretty routinely and did in Iraq and Afghanistan. So if you have troops in contact, they're in danger, you bring aircraft in to attack the enemy, which gives those ground troops an advantage. You don't see the Russians doing that here, and it's because they probably don't have sufficient proficiency to do those really tightly coordinated operations between airplanes and ground forces. The Russian helicopter fleet, which would normally be what you use as helicopters to do this, has been grounded in large part because of the effectiveness of Ukrainian rocket-propelled grenade attacks and air defense attacks. So as a result, the Russians are left with just troops on the ground without a lot of air support.
And running low on patience and probably high on frustrations. Bryan Clark, it does feel like this battle is on the brink. We're watching it closely. Thank you, as always, for your insight.
Thanks, Barney.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.